Once upon a time, there lived a mother pig with her 3 piglets. One day, the mother called in her piglets for an important talk. She said, "You have simply grown too big to live with me in this small house. You have to go in the wide world to build houses of your very own. But be very, very careful, because there is a big bad wolf out there and you do not want him to catch you. Because if he does, then he will gobble you up." So the 3 little pigs decided to go into the big wide world to build houses of their very own. While they were walking, they came across a man with bricks, straw, and sticks. One of the pigs asked the man, "May I please have some bricks, straw, and sticks? We're planning on to build houses." The man said, "Sure," and he offered them to the 3 little pigs. Then they went off with it and started to build their houses. Then, a week later, the little pigs have finally built themselves some houses to keep them safe from the big bad wolf. One was made out of straw, the other was made out of sticks, and the third one was made out of bricks. Everything seemed to be going fine until the big bad wolf showed up. He saw the house of straw that the first little pig had built. Then he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in." The first little pig said, "No, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." Then the wolf replied, "Then I will huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the straw house down. The pig had to run as fast as his little legs would carry him to the second little pig's stick house. However, the wolf had shown up to the stick house too. He knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in." "No," said the second little pig and the first pig both together. "Not by the hairs on our chinny chin chins." The wolf said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew that stick house right down. The 2 little pigs had to run as fast as their little legs can carry them to the third little pig's strong and sturdy brick house. The wolf had shown up to the brick house, and then he went right up to the door and knocked on it and said, little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," said the third little pig. Then the wolf said, "I will huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. I blew your other brothers' houses too." The wolf tried to huff and puff and blow the house down, but the house was so strong that it would not budge. He tried for hours until he had lost his breath. Then he had an idea. He went up to the door and said, little pigs, oh little pigs, please will you let me come in? I am only very small. I won't take up much room." Then all 3 pigs looked at him through the bedroom window, and the eldest pig said, "You are the big bad wolf, and you want to gobble us up, so you cannot come in." The wolf was very angry, and thought to himself, "This is a clever little pig. If I want to catch him and his brothers, I would have to wait for them behind a bush to come outside, and then I can gobble them all up." So the wolf sat behind a bush next to the house and waited. Inside the house, the three little pigs were watching the wolf. "Oh no, we're trapped," said the smallest little pig. "And after we go outside, the big bad wolf will catch us and gobble us up." The biggest little pig smiled and said, "I have a plan." So he went to the kitchen and carried a pot into the living room and put it in the fireplace and lit a fire. He also put boiling hot water in the pot. And then he went upstairs. They continued to look outside, and they saw that the big bad wolf was still waiting for them. Suddenly, in a very loud voice, the biggest little pig said, "That old wolf is very stupid. If he was clever, he would climb up onto the roof and come down the chimney. Then he could gobble us up. As easy as 1, 2, 3. Outside, the big bad wolf heard the little pig. "Who are they calling stupid?" he said. Then he proceeded to climb up the house and sneak into the chimney. "Oh no," said the smallest little pig. "The big bad wolf is coming to get us." The two little pigs were very frightened, but the biggest little pig gave out a big smile. He knew he was going to look after them. So he watched the fireplace and the boiling pot. The wolf squeezed himself and first let down his leg, then slowly slithered down through the chimney. He knew that he was going to have a grand feast. But he fell into the boiling water in the pot, and he jumped in pain. He jumped so high that he flew out of the house from the chimney. All three jumped for joy. "His tail and back were burnt," said the biggest little pig. The three little pigs lived happily ever after in the house made of bricks.